Hey guys, it's Jemecia the nurse practitioner extraordinaire, and today I have a treat for you. I am going to be talking with Jasmine. She's one of our medical assistants here in the clinic, and I thought she was going to become a nurse practitioner, y'all, but she switched it up on me. However, she's still going to be in the medical field. She is going to DO school. And I'm just going to ask her a couple questions today just so you guys can get an idea of the process and why she chose that over being a nurse practitioner. All right, guys, here we go. We are back, guys, with Jasmine. Hi, Jasmine.
Hi, how's everyone?
All right, today we are going to interview Jasmine. Jasmine decided to go to DO school. So I just have a couple questions for Jasmine. I wanted to ask her, I know at one point we were talking about you going to nurse practitioner school. What happened? What changed?
So, I think a lot actually changed. One, and to be completely honest, I just think God just showed up. I have to say that He just showed up. So when I initially started undergraduate school, I knew nothing about nurse practitioner or a physician assistant. I just only knew of a doctor, not even a DO, just more of an MD. But the further I progressed through school, the more I learned. And when I met you, I was heavily considering nurse practitioner school. I had applied to PA school, and I had literally just, I think on a Friday, I had literally registered for my final course needed before I could go to complete my master's in nursing to become an RN and eventually become a nurse practitioner. So that was on a Friday. That Monday, I received my email of acceptance into a medical program. So of course, it was definitely something to think about, and I think by the next day I made my decision. Just go ahead and to continue on this journey to become a physician.
Okay. So what was the application process like?
Oh, it was the worst. I'm so sorry, and this is for medical school.
Mm-hmm.
It was the absolute. It was hard. I'm a non-traditional student, so I completed.
What does that mean?
So that means that basically I did not go from undergraduate school straight into medical school. So I graduated undergraduate college in 2013. I completed a post-bac program, graduated from that in 2015. I took a few years off, expanded my family. My husband and I have a daughter. And now it is 2020 and I am going back to school. So I did not go straight through. With that being said, what was the question? I'm sorry.
What was the application process?
Oh, yeah. So with that being said, I did not have direct access to letters of references. A lot of schools, they want letters of references from science professors or from an academic advisor. I did not have that since I've been out of school for so long. So a lot of my recommendations came from the nurse practitioners with whom I work or for physicians with whom I work. So just having to go through the letters of recommendation process, having to keep reordering the transcripts for the different programs, and then trying to make connections with someone at the program so that they're not just looking at my application blindly, but that they can try to put my name and face with my application. That was extremely hard. I even had to get out to go to open houses just to stand in front of someone so that they can see my face, know how I look, and even still, that did not completely work in my favor. Someone told me you have to advocate for yourself. So I would say that was extremely tough, just trying to advocate for myself, trying to get someone to trust to advocate in me. But eventually it did work out with VCOM.
Okay, great. So can you tell us what your GPA was?
Oh. So my GPA was a 3.33.
Okay.
Not great, but doable.
Awesome. Did you have an interview, and what was that process like?
So I actually, for this program that I applied to, I did not interview. I did not have to interview. This program that I'm going into, it is a 5-year program. So the interview that I'm going to be going on is a year-long interview, basically. You come in with the MCAT score, you have to meet a certain GPA, and you get guaranteed admission. But that admission is dependent upon you making a good impression on the faculty and staff. And so that is my year-long process. And a lot of people, they don't get interviews, not millions, but thousands of people apply to medical school. Few gets interviews. I know someone who did interview and they ended up on the wait list, but some people do get interviews and they do get right in.
So do you have an MCAT score yet?
I do.
Can you share that with us?
I will. Again, it was not great. It was not great, but it was doable. So my MCAT score was a 501. But for African Americans now, what you want to shoot for is a 509.
Okay. Thank you so much. What do you do now? What brought you on this journey? What things have you done? What kind of jobs have you had?
Oh, wow. So while I was completing my graduate degree, I earned my certificate in clinical medical assisting, which gave me experience in the medical field. I would say by far that was one of the best decisions that I've ever made. One, because it allowed for me to make connections. So your network equals your net worth. And it definitely allowed me to expand that. So I've worked as a clinical medical assistant. I've worked in various settings in the staffing. So I've rotated through dermatology, surgery, etc. And I've also worked in primary care.
Okay. So what is the best advice that you have gotten along this journey?
Along this journey, I would say the best advice that I have received, it would have to be from you. And it's so funny because someone literally just said the same thing when I hung up the phone with them. It's not about the quantity of time, but it's the quality of time. So as a non-traditional student, or in anything, whether you're a traditional student, it's not about the amount of time that you put into something, but the quality of that time that you put into it. So you can study for 18 hours, but if it's not a quality study, it's meaningless. And you could spend 7 days with your family, but if you aren't valuing that time and making the most of it, it is meaningless. So it's not about the quantity, but the quality.
Okay. And so we are going to wrap it up, but I want to hear from you. What is the best advice that you can give a student who is thinking about going to medical school, going back to nurse practitioner school, whatever? What advice can you give them, good or bad?
Good or bad? So I would say two things. One, know your why, so know your desire, and majority of the time it's bigger than you. So for me, this was bigger than me. This is for all of my nieces and nephews who said they want to be a doctor, and for those who even said they want to be a doctor but they just don't see it through, or they get pregnant, they get married, and they just continue on with life, just having a job. Keep pushing through. Make a way for other generations, because when you do it, someone else will come and do it, and they'll just keep going higher and higher and higher. So know your why, and then know that the time will pass anyway, so don't stop. Time is going to pass anyway. Don't let timing or how long you're going to be in school discourage you. It's going to pass anyway, so spend it getting you closer to something that you enjoy doing.
Thank you so much,
You're so
Jasmine.
welcome.
This was so awesome. Thank you for sharing that with us, and we are signing off. If you liked what you heard today, please like, comment, and subscribe. And also, Jasmine is going to be vlogging her journey through medical school. So once I get her information, I'll let you guys know. Take care. Bye, guys.